And of course, as we get into this, we can't forget everyone in the chat. Exclamation mark Funada Dastan.
The Stan is playing Apex instead of studying. What are you doing?
Dastan always playing Apex Legends. God damn it, Dastan. Where's the StarCraft streams?
I mean, he was playing StarCraft and also made the last stream he made a Dastan arena.
Ooh, okay.
So, yeah, was pretty interesting.
But speaking of interesting, do you want to introduce our first player?
Alright, we have in the upper right corner of this map, Jagannatha LE juega, the Terran blue player, the Peruvian. He beats Ryu, is Chaos.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is representing Team The Bad. It is TheZergLord.
Okay, a TvZ. At least it's not a CBC. I mean, I'm tired of looking at that matchup. And at least this matchup requires a little bit of micro from both players.
Wow.
Yeah, this will
be... What are you trying to say?
What?
You think there's no micro?
I mean, I'm just talking about the general. I mean, I'm not saying. Well, yeah, the CBC is just go random bullshit go, yeah.
Wow.
And like Bailings just connect and do stuff. Yeah.
What's wrong with Bailings? What's wrong with Bailings?
I was looking at your streams, your CBCs, and yeah.
What's wrong with my CBC?
Random search, go.
Oh my god.
Micro, what's that?
What do you mean, mate? I've got impeccable Lingbane micro. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why you are a master.
Shush you.
Kappa.
Look, I brought you into this cast. I can take you out. All right, be careful what you say. Oh god. But I 100% agree in that. I don't know if you remember, but especially last year in all of like the Sentimiento Latinos, like the Copa Hyperions, all the Latin American events, it used to be ZVZ, right? It would be like Jim, Ryu, Eggs, TheZergLord, even Universe back when he was a little bit more active. Like they would all kind of face each other, and it was nothing but ZVZ when it came to the semis and the finals. But that's why like it's so cool in 2021 this year. It feels like there's a little more like Terran representation, like, you know, with Davo and Neo and Kaozfate and everyone. We actually have some Terran matchups. It's great.
Yeah, finally some of our Terran players are getting some extra hands or some extra talent because they're getting some protagonists on this new version. So yeah, it's nice to watch. Finally, because it's less repetitive.
Yeah,
and it's more like emotionally to cast.
Definitely. Again, for those wondering who aren't too familiar with the scene, like I'm sure everyone knows like Special and Kelazur, and they are like the best in the region. But they don't play in these regional events. They don't play in these weeklies because they're not living in the same time zone as everyone else. So yeah, we don't really get them playing here, which is really cool to see Kaozfate kind of rise up here and do well. And again, he 2-0'd Ryu, so I kind of want to say maybe Kaozfate is favored right now against TheZergLord.
Yeah, definitely that match was unexpected, but so he's like getting a bunch of points to be the favorite at least to win this tournament, Copa Hyperion.
Oh yeah. I mean, to be fair, he does need to get through this, and of course, Paco Mike is waiting in the finals, so we have to be careful.
Paco was, yeah. I mean, Paco is like the boss to defeat right now, because Jim Rising was defeated, and he was like also getting in the top 4 all the tournaments, even winning sometimes. But yeah, I mean, this time Paco is getting into the business.
Oh yeah,
and trying to not be defeated this time.
Paco himself has been doing so well, which is why he's in the finals. But speaking a little bit about this game, as it is slowly going on forward, nothing too crazy has happened. What's interesting is that, you know, Kaozfate, he is of course playing Bio. He did go for a more economic opening. He already has his third base, looking to go and land it. And I'm really curious to see what the ZergLord does here. The lair is on the way. I imagine he's gonna want to go into Mutas.
I mean, it could be a little bit risky, because with the micro, I mean, with the bio, I mean, with the bio, we need to be a little bit careful, because if you don't have enough mutas, it will be completely useless against a bunch of marines with Steampack on also shields. And the Steampack is finished, and we'll probably be looking for some shields in the less than one needed, probably, or maybe a push.
Yeah. I think what's interesting about this is that Kaozfate has been neglecting like his factory production a little bit. Like, he doesn't have any tanks, he doesn't have any widow mines, so there's no like anchor to his army, right? There's no like backbone for his marines to pull back to. Instead, he's actually making 2 liberators at a time.
Yeah, and there is the Spire. It's on the way. So we will look for mutas in the next minutes, and the Valiants and Lynx are ready to defend this incoming attack from Chaos. It's not a 16 Marine draw. It's like a little bit like 3 Marines less. Ooh, but it's already scouted by the ZergLord, thanks to that random link running around the map. So yeah, he's already preparing the defense.
Nicely done by the ZergLord. He was able to catch it. On top of that, as soon as the lair finished, he immediately started Baneling's speed, so he will have that for the defense. Baneling's speed just finished up, and yeah, it's gonna be really difficult for these Marines to really get too much done. Oh,
they're completely surrounded, so they jumping into the medevac and run out of there, so they don't get exploded by those Banelings. It doesn't need to fight into the creep, because it will be instantly die. So, yeah, need to play safe at least until he gets some shields and a bunch of marine moons. Oh, and the Liberator is attacking the natural.
Yeah, the Liberators are actually dealing a lot of damage, and nicely done Kaozfate. He's clearing a lot of creep, and so far he actually hasn't lost any of his marines.
Yeah, it will be a sneaky attack from behind, probably to the fort base of the ZergLord, and the mutas are in the game. There's like 7 mutas in the game, and probably they will be searching for this attack. But hey, there it is in the fort base, and ZergLord will defend with the links. They're coming in. There will be enough. Yeah, just to scare off those medevacs.
Yeah, nicely done. He does force that away, but the main army is pushing on forward, and what's important, there are Widow Mines with this as well, so it's going to be really difficult for the Ling Bane to get connections.
Oh, the buildings are coming in, but there is no such a good connection. They're like waiting for the mutas maybe to surround. The Lings are coming in. Oh, exploding those Widow Mines. Very well played by the ZergLord. Now they're looking for the Marines. There isn't enough Marines to defeat these Zerglings, and the mutas are here to finish the job. And also Chaos attacking this third base of the ZergLord, but there's not much done. Oh well, 19 works, I mean, it's significant.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the ZergLord, he fought the main fight really well, right? Like, baiting out the Widowmine shots with his Lings and connecting with his Banelings. But the entire time, that's where his focus was. And because of that, Kaozfate killed 19 drones. Like, that's insane. As well as a couple of queens.
Yeah, there is like, now probably will come the counter attack with those mutas. I mean, these mutas are like useless right now because they're not attacking, they're not harassing the bases of Chaos, and Chaos will be still growing and growing with the economy. He's still attacking and attacking. and it will not stop until he's get into the base and trapped with those mutas. Oh, that makes recognition.
Ooh, and you know what? There's another drop here. Like, I just love, this is what I love about Kaozfate. This is why I call him Baby Beyond, because he's all over the place. He's dropping here on the left-hand side. He's dropping on the right. As you said, he's not giving the ZergLord time to be active with his mutas and to go across the map. Like, the mutas, they just have to be at home to defend.
Yeah, and even with that, they're being useless defending because they're getting late in every attack. So now the 4 base of Chaos is now getting into position and putting some turrets to defend it. And now we're transitioning into Taurus, okay. Probably mech transition? Or just like a helping hand to the bio?
Yeah, they're just here to support the bio, to help against the mutas, and they're gonna work so well because the ZergLord, he's making more mutas, like he's committing to the mutalist army a little bit too much, and meanwhile there are just so many Widowmines. We got Thors as well. Kaozfate, like, so beautifully he was able to just distract the ZergLord and macro so well behind this. Now the planetary is almost done. This is a little bit scary. He's pushing out into creep, but he does have a lot of Widowmines to defend his army. Oh, just around.
Yeah, also Thor can tank a little bit. Oh, and they're coming from backwards. The tank is getting along. It's instantly destroyed. The Thor also disappeared instantly. And the mutas are getting this job done. Also this little attack from 2 Marines, okay. At least he's doing something with the micro, nice.
Yeah.
And the poor Medivac.
Yeah, Medivac does get picked off. I mean, it distracted the army a little bit, right? I guess that's worth something. But the ZergLord, he traded beautifully there, just completely just surrounding the entire army. It did take a lot of banelings, which is a little bit concerning. But he was able to reset the Thor count, which is important.
Yeah, and there was a run by of links, but it's already scouted. So he's instantly stopping this run by. Oh, or the mutas was trying to get into the base, but instantly retreating because here comes another attack of Kaozfate. The Widowmines aren't getting into position. The Bailings are trying to connect, but it will not be enough.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this. Like, honestly, there's not a lot here from Kaozfate. I feel like the ZergLord could be engaging this army, and he's really respecting it. Instead, he goes for a massive run by it. Oh.
Yeah, but run by do absolutely nothing because there was a bunch of forces to defend. By Kaozfate, playing absolutely beautiful. To be honest, he's playing very, very well, defending on the right time, trying to the mutas don't get into his base. So yeah, also the creep spread is also already controlled by those scans. So he's playing very, very well, impressive. Now I know why he could beat Ray.
Yeah, exactly. God, you just love to see it happen. You love to see him play. We just see when he's trying to connect with this army, but there are just so many Widowmines. He's going in though.
Yeah, one Thor was like giving up, and all the mutas are on the game still, and there is not enough forces to defeat this quality of mutas. There's a bunch of marauders. It will not be enough to defeat mutas. I mean, they can't shoot up, so he needs to prepare. And there isn't enough Widowmines. There's just one Thor. He needs more forces here.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of Bailings ready. They're not on the game. They're not ready, and it could be a stop just by one Thor.
Yeah, exactly. What was scary there for a moment was that the ZergLord actually had 0 banelings, and maybe Kaozfate could just roll over what the ZergLord had left, but he bought enough time. He was able to morph in just barely enough banelings to defend. But what's scary is that Kaozfate, like, he has been left alone. His bases, like, the mutas just haven't been able to do anything at all, and the mutas, they dive in and they can't even kill the Thor.
Yeah. Oh, there's a beautiful impact of the mine. And there's a lot of Bailings trying to connect into the Marines. The split push, the split from Chaos is beautiful, and he's still alive. The army is still alive. Just ZergLord just have some mutas to defend, but they will not be enough. There's just like 2 Thors and coming in probably one more, and they're coming in the last defense of the ZergLord that is already dead.
Exactly. Kaozfate, he has broken through the defenses of the ZergLord. The hatchery does go down. The ZergLord, he's trying to get us around. He does have a lot of links. Actually, he's actually going for a counterattack. I don't know if that's the right move. He may be going for like a pseudo base trade, but there's nothing to stop the army of Kaozfate. The Bailey Nest goes down.
Yeah, and the ZergLord was trying to make ultras, and also he was doing the upgrade of the armor to the ultras, but they're too late. There isn't enough time to make them in the game. The ZergLord was trying to make a run by of Zerglings, but wasn't the right move, as you say. And there, one ultra to defend on.
Yeah.
Well, there are three.
The ultras are out, and the Lynx come back home to defend. So it looks like the ZergLord will hold, but in the midst of all that, he lost both Evo chambers. 3-3 was denied. He lost a hatchery. He lost a Bailey Nest. Kaozfate, he scans. He sees that there's no base here. Mate, he's gonna be feeling so good right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 5 bases right now. He also can make a 6th base. So yeah, he's in the best position, in the best economy position right now. Also, the upgrades are very favorable to Kaozfate with those 3-3. The split is very good here with Chaos, but he's receiving a lot of damage by those ultras. The Widowmine is doing his work, but isn't enough to destroy all these ultras.
Yeah, exactly. There was some beautiful connections there. A lot of Lings went down. And sure, the ZergLord, he's holding for now, but Kaozfate, mate, he's maxed out. He's 200 supply. He's ready to push on forward. He's working on Liberators. He should be working on Ghosts pretty soon as well for those snipes. And there just isn't enough here, mate. He's sieging up the ultras. They're trying to do what they can, but we'll see. This may be his last stand.
Yeah, they're trying to get in all the focus that they can to those ultras. The Widowman is doing his explosions very good against those ultras and damaging them, but not enough to kill them. The Bio needs to retreat right now, and he needs to get some reinforcement from this planetary fortress. So they're like a little bit damaged, but not kill this army of Kaozfate.
Yeah, exactly. The majority of the Bio stayed alive, and now he can focus down some of these ultras. One ultra does get picked off. The Liberators are showing up. Thankfully, the ZergLord, he does have a couple of Corruptors to help deal with the Libs.
Yeah, the Bio Gains need to retreat because they're a lot very damaged. The planetary fortress tanking a lot of damage, killing them 1-2 ultras with them, and the army of Chaos is getting bigger and bigger because he has a lot of economy. The 6th base, it's online right now. Oh, what's cancelled? Oh, what's the knife by those 4 Zerglings? What?
The 4 hero Zerglings killed the 6th base of Kaozfate. Oh my god.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Power of 4 Zerglings.
It's something, but is it enough? That's the thing. The ZergLord, he's pushing on forward. Over time, he just keeps losing his ultras, and he just can't remake them fast enough. He only has 3 ultras left. 4 more are on the way, but are they going to come out in time?
Also, the army of the ZergLord are getting bigger also. I mean, he's getting all his bases again. The advantage that has Kaozfate is like getting into 0 in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So he needs to be careful and needs to push like right now.
Yeah, like the problem is that Kaozfate he's tunnel visioning, right? Like he's focused here on the right, and he's leaving all these bases alone on the left-hand side, because he doesn't know about them. Finally, we see some drops headed in that direction, and they're gonna deal so much damage.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Like playing like in the beginning, like he was like harassing the main base, harassing the orc base at the same time. Also, the main army is getting so much damage. The tank is getting alone, protected by 2 Widow Mines, but they are already exploded. And retreating to the planetary fortress, and again another ultras are getting down. It will be enough maybe to lay down this base. The Corruptors are also getting the job.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because Kaozfate sent a bunch of supply across the map to drop, he didn't have it here to defend, so the ultras actually broke through. They killed the planetary. Ghosts are coming out, but oh god, there's not enough of them. And the ZergLord, he's doing it right now. Like, he's got 5 more ultras on the way. He finished up his upgrades. He got his Evo chambers.
Oh, he needs to deny this Ultra Discovery. He needs to deny it, and he could win the game. Just need this. No! So close. So close.
He doesn't get the Ultra Cavern. He did get a hatchery, but at the same time, like as you were saying, like there's been a lot of mining here on the newer space. Like Kaozfate, finally he realizes the importance of these drops, but it could be too late. Regardless, the TheZergLord, he has brought himself back into this.
Yeah, again he's getting his 200. Oh, he was still trying to snipe that Ultra Discovery. This base is finally naked. Well, there are 4 ultras here, but they're already out. They had a lot of damaging, and the Zerglings are getting into the defense, but it will not be enough probably. Well, they're suffering a lot of damage. Great explosion by those Widowmains. This medevac needs to move to another base to still harassing or die by the hand of this corruptor.
Yeah, it looks like it will get cleaned up at the same time. Oh my god, a Widowmine actually waddled it. Oh my god!
Oh! 7 workers.
Oof.
Wow.
pretty good damage so far. Meanwhile, we got a couple of other Widowmine shots going off. But what's important is the TheZergLord was able to keep his hatcheries alive. Oh my. the Widowmines are doing so well for Kaozfate. Kaozfate, he is transitioning. He's actually like hard switching into Ghosts. Ghosts can work well, especially because it's basically pure Ultra. Like we got 4 more Ultra. It's nothing but Ultra right now. Oh my god.
Yeah, the TheZergLord is still producing Ultra, and knows that this is strong against the Bio, but I don't know if he doesn't look for a counter to the Ghost. This could be the GG for the TheZergLord. Also could. Because he needs to get another base and defend the bases that he already had.
Exactly. No, the Ghost! The
no!
Ah!
No!
No! Kaozfate!
Well, trying to body block some of those ghosts. But yeah, poor ghosts. Oh, beautiful connections.
Of course, Kaozfate, he's always got these beautiful connections with these drops. The problem is, like, I understand the ghosts, but honestly, like, Liberators would be good. Would be better. Like there's barely any corruptors. Like the TheZergLord, he's spending all of his gas on ultras instead. We'll see how this goes for Kaozfate.
I mean, in a certain way, if he does Liberators, he's like giving an auto counter to.
True.
Because the corruptors. I mean, at least with the gold, he can snipe the ultras. He doesn't need anything in the air, like just. Probably the medevacs, but the corruptors will be useless.
Yeah, true. Oh boy, we'll see if Kaozfate is going to be able to pull it off. Again, he has to be on point with all of those snipes.
Yeah, both players with the same quantity of bases, with the almost same quantity of army. So this is tense.
Oh yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, we do have the TheZergLord looking to try and hit this base on the left-hand side. The SimCity is pretty good, but the planetary is not done.
Oh, yeah, there was just like a couple of seconds to finish the planetary fortress. Oh, the ghosts are getting into the battlefield, trying to snipe those ultras. They need to get in the range and don't get too close to the ultras, because that will happen. They will instantly die, instantly sniped by those ghosts.
Exactly. The problem is that the Ghosts, they need something to help protect them. They need a buffer, and the Lings are getting on top of them. Meanwhile, it looks like all the Lings are going to go down. Snipe, puppy, snipe! Snipe!
I mean, there's like 5 ultras. The Ghosts finally learned to get invisible. So this will be very helpful, because they can like just snipe the overseer. There's no detection to stop him.
Yeah,
but yeah, this army of the TheZergLord is getting dangerous to Chaos.
Exactly. Like one of these bases went down. We have another CC that's gonna burn down. The planetary's dead. Like, Kaozfate, he just doesn't have enough. Like the Lings alone are helping the TheZergLord so much.
Yeah, the TheZergLord is getting all his army into this place. This is probably the final push of the TheZergLord. But also, I mean, the final push, because it's there's nothing to defend, they could just end the game like in that moment. But he just wanted to reinforce his attack. He had like 800 in the bank, like a minute ago. So there's a great attack incoming, and Chaos doesn't have enough to defend that attack.
Exactly, like this is all of Kaozfate's army. To be fair, both players are really hurting. Like if you look at the suppliers, like they're both in a really bad place. But the problem is that like the TheZergLord still has a lot of mining right now. Like he is in the better position. Like it's on Kaozfate to make something happen, and he is going for some drops, which is good. Is it going to be enough? If he's gonna be like, if he pulls the army like maybe to the main or something, and then pushes in, like which he's trying to do, maybe he can make it happen. Maybe he can kill a hatchery.
Yeah, he's trying to distract with this drop. It's instant by those Zerglings OP. Well, there's just the main army left to Chaos. Isn't big enough. I'm scared that probably Kaozfate lose this match. That was win since the beginning.
Yeah, he was looking so good early on, but the Ling, Bane, Ultra is pushing on forward. There's just nothing here to protect the Ghost. The Ghost, they just don't have the opportunity to snipe.
No. Well, this is probably the GG. The Ghost throws an EMP because yes, and there it is, GG.
GG. The TheZergLord takes game number 1. Wow.
Mate, I didn't expect that. Just this match lasts like 30 minutes. Oh boy.
Oh god.
How you do this? How you do this? Like for 4 hours.
What do you mean? That was game. You've only been here for a single game.
God damn. I know, that's what I'm saying. Shaking my head.
Oh god, man, this is only the beginning. We got GPO later tonight.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's in like 4 hours.
4 hours. You're a hero, man. I admire you.
Oh god. Alright, here we go. We are setting up for game number 2. Get in here, Vortex. We have the lobby.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Okay. Second match. I don't know why Chaos wanted to destroy that 5th base of the server that bad. I mean, that was his main error because he lost the focus of the multitask that he was trying to do at the beginning. He was doing pretty well at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to the TheZergLord for sticking in it. Like he was in a really rough position. He was down in bases. The only things he had to defend were like a bunch of ultras and lings, and he had just had his evos destroyed and upgrades denied. So he had like the mental fortitude to just stay in the game and claw himself back in.
Yeah. So well, finally, the second match of this series. 1 point down. We have in the upper. I wasn't looking at your cam. In the upper right. Sorry, I don't like. I don't have this. I don't know. How do you say? Costumbre? Yeah, that.
Shaking my head, man.
That. Yeah, sorry. In the upper right corner, we have the blue Terran, 1 point down. Kaozfate. God.
Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player. He is red, representing Team The Bad, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3. It is the TheZergLord.
Oh boy. Okay. We're not looking for any cheese. This match also. Everything is getting standard.
Yeah. So far, everything is standard, which, I mean, I guess I would expect from Kaozfate. TheZergLord, he has a little bit of room to be a little bit cheeky if he wants to, because he's ahead in this series, but pretty standard so far.
Yeah, he's not giving any chance. At least before that match, then he could see what is capable of from Kaozfate. I mean, at least he got some respect.
Yeah, I'm sure Kaozfate is feeling pretty upset.
Yeah, I mean, I will be upset with that match. So you throw that.
Yeah, like he was in a really good place, and he knows that he was ahead as well. He was doing really well, but ultras, you know, pretty good.
Yeah. What are you saying? What are you trying to say?
God.
What are you?
Nothing. No. Of course not. Just Kaozfate.
I mean, to be honest, I don't see the ultras very strong. I mean, they have a lot of counters, you know, and are easy to counter with just position.
Yeah, it's all about positioning. It's all about army composition as well. Like Kaozfate, he went hard into Ghost too hard, right? He committed way too much to it. He had too many, when it was more important for him to like get out more Widow Mines or tanks or libs or just like marauders, like whatever, anything to like be there in between in between the Ghosts and the ultras, so the Ghost could actually snipe.
Yeah, but not a whole army made of ghosts. Like, come on, man. that's so many ghosts.
Shaking my head.
Yeah. Well, the same harass with 4 Hellions by Kaozfate. Yeah, pretty standard.
Yeah,
trying to make some scout, trying to get some workers probably. Maybe a queen, but that's so hard.
Yeah. Shout out to Neo showing up in the chat. Also surprised that the TheZergLord is up in the series. The TheZergLord actually beat Neo to get here to the semis. Feels bad now.
Feels bad. My overlord, tu vecina la chismosa, me gusta. I like to say.
What?
You don't know what it is? You know what that is? Tu vecina la chismosa?
The gossip neighbor? Question mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. The overlord?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the overlord.
Oh, because she's like being like she's like snooping around, like getting into the main. Yeah.
Now you're getting the reference.
God damn it.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I mean, it's pretty funny.
No, I like it. Speaking of La Chismosa, she actually wasn't able to scout what's coming, and that is a Hellbat push.
Oh, this is pretty different from what we were looking for the last match. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of Hellions with the Reaper.
Oh yeah.
Commanding this attack, the great Captain Reaper.
The Reaper. There's even a Viking that's landing as well. He's going full Heart of the Swarm cinematic right now.
A mini Viking.
Yep.
And the hero starting there, knocking the door to get in.
Man, speaking of which, remember the 4 hero Zerglings that killed the base? Like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, feels bad, man. But you know, the Hellbats, they do get into the 3rd base. All the drones, they get evacuated though, so not a lot of worker kills. And you know what? The Bailey's are gonna finish.
Oh, the Bailey needs to be a nice connection. Oh well, just pretty nice connections. This attack is completely defended. And there's a bunch of queens to defend this. This is enough. Oh yeah, they need the Captain Reaper needs to retreat.
Run away,
Go home, buddy. Go home.
No!
Oh, the Captain Reaper trying to support those Marines!
No!
Run, no! F. F's in chat. Captain Marines. Oh, the
F's in the
Captain Reaper.
chat. Feels bad, man. The Reaper does go down. Kaozfate, he committed so much to that attack. And what did he really get done? Ooh, the Liberator actually got 8 drone kills. Oh, sorry, 7 drone kills and 1 queen.
Yeah, this is pretty good, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably the main attack didn't work, but this could probably be the secret weapon of.
The one Liberator did more damage than like the 12 Hellbats.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty awkward. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't work. At least it's something.
At least it's something. At least it's something. As I mean, Kaozfate, he's not in the worst position. Unfortunately, the 3rd is a little bit late for him. But likewise, the ZergLord, he should also be getting a 4th. So his 4th is late as well. So things are kind of even.
No, so this is pretty good, and I think to Chaos because well, that's 32. Goodbye, boy. And same quantity of bases, but I think Chaos can make another base like right now because he can. With those 2 tanks, he knows that the server will not be doing any attack, at least for now.
Yeah.
So he has 2 options, like expand to another base like right now, or make an attack randomly like right now.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks like he's going for the attack. Like, he's pushing out with his Marines, with his tanks. I'm a little bit concerned because there are no medevacs to finally do pop out. So we'll see how much damage can get done. What's scary for the ZergLord is that he has only 6 Banelings ready to defend. So the Bio can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. With this attack, he just needs to deny this base and go. Just deny the base and get out of there.
Yeah, get leave.
Just that.
Go, oh my god.
Run. Nobody. You're being too greedy. This is too greedy, I think.
It's okay. It's okay.
He needs to retreat.
Yeah, he gets the tumors, he gets the base, and then he turns around and goes back home. The ZergLord, he's doing what he should be doing. He's double expanding over on the right hand side, and ooh, it's going into Mutas.
Again. I mean, like, bro, you deny 1 base and there's another 2 to destroy. Like,
yeah.
Bro.
Well, like, the problem is that, like, if the ZergLord doesn't get a 4th up and running, like, he's dead, mate. Like, he's like, there's no way that he can sustain anything else. And because his base was delayed, like, alright, he's just taking 2 at once because why not? Oh, actually, the ZergLord supply blocked, making 6 Overlords at a time.
Ooh. Oh. I mean, this is normal to make like 1 Overlord per base. And yeah, this attack, I don't think this is a good idea to make this attack. At least not right now, and less without Widow Mines. And there it is, the Mutas that couldn't attack the last game, they're here finally, kill some workers.
Yeah, finally the Mutas are here. They get a lot of damage, but at the same time, Kaozfate is just pushing out across the map. Yo, but there's a lot of Lingbane here ready and waiting.
I'm kind of scared. But I'm very happy and very happy. So I think it's pretty good to Chaos if he managed to make the little portrait of the base and defend. And pretty good. And the tutu is getting Chaos.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Lingbane is pushing him forward. There's not that many Banelings, but he gets a pretty nice angle right now. The Mutas even come back to defend as well, and the Banelings, they do connect, and it looks like there is just barely enough for the ZergLord to clean up.
Oh yeah, the Liberators are getting very late to the party, and there isn't enough Marines to defend. Oh, there are Marines to attack this. So yeah, this is enough to still pushing, and the Spire is probably getting down.
Yeah, the Spire is under threat. The Baneling nest went down earlier. It's actually being remade right now, so there weren't any more Banelings whatsoever. And without Banelings, like the Marines, they're just gonna kill everything.
Oh right, Baneling nest is not alive anymore. So this is pretty good to Chaos. He can still push it when do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But it's more meditals
He
because
does.
he could point.
He's
Yeah.
overstimming a little bit the metamax. They are running out of energy, but you know what? He killed the third base, he killed the fourth base, the fifth could go down as well. He's just going straight for it. There is some Ling Bane now finally for the TheZergLord, but the damage has already been done.
Yeah, there's 4 bases less for the circle. He is just in 2 bases, and this is probably GG for StarCraft. I mean, if Kaozfate doesn't want to throw at the game again, probably it will be 1-1 for games.
Yeah, I mean, Kaozfate, he scans, he confirms that there's no base here on the left-hand side, thankfully. Like, he doesn't want a repeat of game number 1, so he's just rallying across the map. The mutas are going across, and the turret still isn't done yet, so maybe the TheZergLord can keep Kaozfate busy. Kaozfate actually pulls everything back home.
Yeah, it was like this. I mean, people defend these methods with a bunch of widow mines, setting up on specific points and still attacking. But yeah, well, he's letting some part of his army in the base. Very well played. But oh, beautiful connection for that. Startled is getting some time to get Bailey's, and this is pretty bad.
Yeah, and now the Banelings, they're gone here, and GG gets cold. The TheZergLord, he just can't keep up, and Kaozfate ties up the series 1-1.
Ooh,
Wow.
please the next match. I hope it's not a 30 minutes game. Please.
We'll see.
I just want, because the next one is a best of 5, and oh god. Okay, so well, we're just waiting for the last map. Who do you think will win?
It's hard to say. I do think that these two players are pretty comparable to each other. Like even this game, like Kaozfate was doing really well, like pushing. But the TheZergLord, he was trading as best as he could, right? Like it wasn't completely one-sided. Eventually, the TheZergLord did break to the aggression of the Terran. But it took a while. So I do think that the TheZergLord definitely has it in him to take this. I do favor Kaozfate. Again, it's always great to see a Terran player do really well. But we'll see what he's going to be able to do here. I think a lot of it will probably come down to the map as well.
Okay. There is the last map. Checking.
Oh boy. So it's going to be on Romanticide. I hope you're ready for a 30-minute game.
Oh boy, don't tell me that.
Oh god.
I was before I come in, it was like it will be like 30 minutes, the World Series probably 40, and I will get some water. So yeah, it will be easy. And boom! 30 minutes, just the one game.
Oh boy. Yep. Welcome to Latin American StarCraft.
The life of a caster is hard.
Oh boy. I mean, we are going to be getting into Romanticide eventually, and again, Romanticide is a very large map. It's the largest map in the map pool. There are plenty of bases to take. It's very open as well. And because of that, the game could go a little bit long. But at the same time, because it's so big, do you think Kaozfate has it in him to like proxy racks?
I don't know.
Is he that kind of player?
No, I mean, I'm looking for a Kaozfate that is pretty sure of his mana and his multitask, and I don't think that he will commit into a cheese and not using his best weapon that is and the multitask. So I don't think he will make a cheese.
Okay. Sounds fair. Sounds fair. I mean, I agree. Honestly, I don't think he's really the kind of player to go for a proxy. We saw him go for like a big commitment Hellbat push, and maybe he'll do something like that again. But it's hard to do something like that on Romanticide again because Romanticide is so big. It is a little bit easier to scout like these pushes coming across the map. Also because of the ramps, it's easier to defend as well at home with your queens and your lings and your banelings. It can be hard to pull off. Definitely be hard, but we'll see, because you know what? Our players, they're ready.
Oh, let's go. I mean, if Cosmo wants, let's go.
Also, much love to Paco Mike. I did see Paco Mike in the chat earlier. Like, he's been patiently waiting in the finals. Hopefully he stays awake and he doesn't fall asleep.
You know what Paco Mike is doing right now?
Is he playing League of Legends?
No. He was watching anime. I talked with him before. No, after the match of Paco versus Jim Racing. And he told me that he was watching anime of a isekai spider. So yeah, I can say that Paco has a good taste.
So he's a weeb.
He's a good weeb. Yeah.
Oh no, Paco Mike, please, no.
I mean, it can be worse. I mean, he can look for the animes that I watch. But yeah. He's not a nasty weeb. Your turn, Mr. Black.
Okay. Well, spawning in the top left hand corner of Romanticide, Romanticide LE, we have the Peruvian Terran. He's blue. He is representing Team New Angels. Currently tied up 1-1 in this best of 3. Can he make it all the way to the grand finals against Paco Mike? We shall see. It is Kaozfate.
In the bottom right corner, he's red. He's Brazilian. He is TheZergLord. I always wanted to do that. Sorry. I couldn't say. I couldn't say.
So good. The trumpets are the best part. The best part.
I mean, I was talking to a friend and inviting him to watch me cast on English, and he said he loves the trumpets. He really loves the trumpets.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to Galamat. He's also a Peruvian mate, helping me so many with some. Thank you so much.
Yes. shout out to Galamat in the chat. But here we are in the game, and as we assumed, there is no proxy. The TheZergLord wasn't as sure, as we can see through his scouting pattern. He actually checked all around his bases. He was terrified that there was going to be a proxy Rax. He was scared.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that this is the last match, so everything can be a possibility. But as I said, Kaozfate he's pretty short of his macro and his multitask, so he will not make a cheese. At least not this match. He's not pretty short because the first match, and he respects the TheZergLord because of the comeback of the first match. So yeah, he's trying to make as sure as he can. Be as sure as he can.
Definitely. And even to the point, mate, strap yourselves in, because Kaozfate, he opened up with a very fast 3rd CC, so he's being very economic.
So probably he's like he knows that the TheZergLord is like a little bit of scary, so he will play like a little defensive. So I think that Kaozfate smells this and knows that he will not receive any attack. At least for so he's making this CC because he's safe because
Oh,
of the scary of the server.
He is completely safe. There is no early aggression whatsoever from the ZergLord, so Kaozfate should be able to get away with this, get his third base, or get his SCV production up and running pretty easily. And yeah, I kind of like this, especially because last game we saw that the Hellbat push didn't really do a lot of damage, so he just completely gives up on that. It's like, nah, screw that. Let's just make SCVs.
Yeah. But this Overlord, this Vecina la Chismosa, is scouting the third city. So, what will be the decision of the server? Make another base, like a fourth base, pretty greedy, or try to harass this new base?
I have to imagine that he's gonna expand, because again, World Romanticide, it's gonna be really hard to like push in early on. We'll see if he just does decide to take extra bases, maybe even like get his double Evo chambers up and running and work on his upgrades. What's interesting, I was talking about that Hellbat push. We have an armory on the way again. There aren't as many Hellions as before, and it's gonna hit a little bit later, but he's going for it.
Yeah. Also, the TheZergLord, the Scout, the Banshee, the Cloak Banshee, because he's putting two spores. Oh, okay. Because the TheZergLord is putting two spores. I don't know where, but he smells this, knows that the push is coming in soon, and there it is. There it is.
Yeah, this time with no Marines, just straight up Hellbats, and he's going to be able to get on top of the fourth base and should force a cancel. Cancel!
Oh, no cancel!
The ZergLord said he tried to go for a run by the Lings. They didn't do anything. He was a kill on the fourth. He does have Bailing, so he should be able to survive.
Oh, the connections of the Berlins are not good. But there was a defense. I don't like how the ZergLord defended this because there is enough army from Kaozfate to still attacking. So he needs to be prepared for the incoming waves of the army.
Exactly, like the majority of the Hellbats are still alive. They can just go and dive back in on that fourth base if they want to. Instead, he's pushing on forward onto the Queens. The Queens, they do have some energy for transfuse, and they do push the Hellbats back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like how he's using like right now Kaozfate the Hellbats. I mean, he could just retreat and make a bigger push.
Yeah.
And those Hellbats will be pretty useful. Oh well, just using the Viking to deny some scouts, some overlords, and just waiting. I mean, he committed into this attack and make the objective that was denying that base. So I mean, in certainly way it worked. Question mark?
Yeah. I mean, he got a lot of value killing that base, but he lost a lot of Hellbats as well in the process. I think it was kind of worth it for Kaozfate. We didn't really get to see it on screen, but Kaozfate, he lost his first Banshee already. It actually went straight into the Spore. Yeah, so it didn't get much done. We have the second Banshee coming in, and maybe he can get some damage done here. But for the most part, the Banshees aren't really going to come into play too much.
And there's no detection here to destroy the Banshee. Oh, there's some numbers here. Run, buddy, run!
Oh,
you
God.
You can run. Oh, well, he scouts the upgrade to the Mutas, the flying attack.
Yeah, he confirms that there is going to be a commitment into Mutas. So now Kaozfate should be able to prepare in time. He does have some turrets. He does have a couple more turrets on the way as well, just in case. So he is already up on 3 bases, already has 1-1, working on 2-2. and even working on his 4th CC. So yeah, like all his production is nice and up and running. And wow, he's even committing and getting Thors again.
Yeah, I like the turrets, but I don't like that he's making so many turrets. He could just like make a bunch of Widow Mines and put in some specifically positions and defend even better than the turret.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like it.
It could be that like maybe he wants to, when he does push out, he wants everything, like even the Widow Mines as well, and doesn't want to use them defensively. But at the same time, there's no reason that these Widow Mines couldn't be like borrowed around, you know, the edges of the map, and maybe catch these mutas.
Yeah. Speaking of mutas, they're here, knocking the back door of the natural base of Kaozfate. The Thor is here to defend. Thor is here. Put some respect on it.
Yes, Thor is here. Meanwhile, Kaozfate, he was trying to go for a Widow Mine drop, but he just no, the Widow Mines!
No! What was in there?
4 Widow Mines.
No. Well, I mean, at least the Kaozfate know where the mutas are, and he needs to commit into a push before the mutas still harassing their main base, because they're trying to like surround. Oh, here comes the main army of the TheZergLord.
Mate, he's pushing on in. There are 2 Widow Mines, one goes down, the other 2 does get a juicy connection.
Yeah, and the split of chaos is very beautiful to watch. The mutas are reduced into a 6, and this was a pretty nice defense. There's a servants right here in the natural base, so Kaozfate 15 workers are down, but nothing that some mules can replace.
Yeah, like Kaozfate, he had an amazing engagement. Again, that one Widow Mine shot did so much damage there. He was able to defend, but the TheZergLord, like, he was on top of his multi-prong, right? Like, that Ling run by made it kind of worth it. You know, he was able to deal some damage finally. But this is kind of worrisome. Oh god, the Widow Mines!
Oh, nice connection there, but he lost 4 Widow Mines that could make like a better damage. Oh, they snipe. Those Bailings snipe the 4th base of Kaozfate, and now Kaozfate is a little bit angry and trying to push, but it's a little bit in doubt there. He doesn't know what to do right now. He's trying to defend, he's trying to regroup.
Yeah, honestly, that was disastrous. The fact that he lost his 4th base and he didn't have another CC immediately to replace it, like, the TheZergLord is expanding all over the place. Like, he's got so many. Yeah, he's got like so many, but he has his entire half of the map. Like Kaozfate, he's gonna be like run over. Like the TheZergLord, he's gonna just max out.
I mean, I think the TheZergLord is beating Kaozfate in his own game, sending a lot of run buys constantly, keeping Kaozfate like focusing on defending this little run buys that doesn't need to take so much attention. And this is what we're talking about. He's not focusing on the defense.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The army of TheZergLord just pushing in with all the mutas, with all the power. And this could be a GG for Kaozfate.
Yeah. Kaozfate, like, he just doesn't have enough supply. It just comes down to numbers. He does have some drops, like, out on the map, which is nice and all, but, like, what about the main army?
Yeah, oh, very nice connection against all the railings. Rescuing the Thor with the Medibot. Nice dunk. Those 2 hero Zerglings. Well, he could defend. At least Kaozfate could defend, but at what cost is 30 workers to the trash can.
Yeah, Kaozfate, he lost so many workers there. The drops did pull the army of the TheZergLord back, which is great and all, but can he really contend with the main army? Like, look at the supplies. Like, Kaozfate, he's down to 50 supply. Oh god.
No, GG for Chaos. TheZergLord, he wins this series.
He does. GG, well played. The TheZergLord takes the game, takes the series, goes on to the finals.
Wow. A beautiful series, to be honest. a very intense series. At least it didn't last 30 minutes.
at least. The Kaozfate, like again, he's always such a great player to watch, as I'm sure everyone saw, right? Like there were amazing splits, there were amazing engagements, we saw drops and multi-prong all over the place. But at the end of the day, the TheZergLord just was able to out macro Kaozfate, and he had the spare supply, he had the spare links to go for all these run bys to kind of overwhelm his opponents. More importantly, kill the 4th base, and everything just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, I mean, Kaozfate, he was like playing so good. I don't know what happened in the last match, but yeah, that completely out macroed by the TheZergLord, I should say.